Okay, student. Good afternoon. How are you? Well, in the last class, we have discussed about the estimation of poverty, then poverty disparities or interstate poverty disparities, and poverty scenario at global level, and then causes of poverty. So, we have discussed that many causes are there in India. Because of that, poverty is lying in or that existing in India. But again, government, what the government is doing or what government has taken steps to reduce or to eradicate the poverty in India. Especially if you talk about after independence. After independence, this was the main objective. This was the main objective of the government or main strategy of Indian development of our government. Eradicate or to reduce the poverty. The current anti-poverty strategy of the government that is based on broadly two parts. Which are two parts? The promotion of economic growth. So this is a very important factor that government should promote economic growth, and then second one is targeted anti-poverty programs. So these are the two parts on which government that had made the strategy of anti-poverty program. So over a period of last 30 years or up to the 80s, up to the early 80s, we can say there were little per capita income growth and even not much reduction of poverty in India. Almost up to the 80s, early 80s, there was a little bit improvement in per capita income and even poverty. In the poverty reduction, there was no much progress. So we can say that the percentage of poverty in 1950s that was around 45%, and that remained same up to the early 80s. So this was the condition that government could not reduce or could not decline the poverty in our country. The 80s, since the 80s, our government that has taken a lot of steps to eradicate or to reduce the poverty in India. So after 80s, the growth rate that has jumped from the average of about 3.5% a year in 1970s to about 6% during 1980s and 90s. So the growth rate that has increased from 3.5 to 6% in 1980s and 1990s. So that was quite a good growth. So that has helped significantly in the reduction of the poverty. No doubt there was a growth in economic rate, so that has helped in the reduction of poverty in India. Then again there was some sort of again development in many aspects. If we talk about in some of the, you can say, families, people, they start sending the children, including the girl child, to the school in hoping of getting better economic returns from the investing of education. However, poor people, they may not be able to even take the direct advantage of these opportunities. So for that economic growth, poor people, they could not take any advantage or rather much advantage of this type of opportunity. which were created by economic growth. Moreover, the growth in the agricultural sector. So, growth in the agricultural sector, that was much below than expectations. This has a direct bearing on poverty, as a large number of poor people, they live in villages and which are, or those are dependent on agriculture. So in these type of circumstances, there is a clear need for targeting anti-poverty programs. Although these programs were so many, or you can say many programs were started, but some of the important that will be that we will be discussing in this chapter. So first program that was started, that was NREGA, that was in 2005. NREGA means National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. This was started in 2005 in the month of September. This act provides 100 days assured employment every year to every rural household in 200 districts. So first it was started in 200 districts of our country, and in that 100 days employment guarantee that was given for people. Then, okay, so we were discussing about the first program or first policy started by the government in 2005, and that was NREGA. So it was started in 204 districts initially. Later on, this scheme was extended to 600 districts, and in that one third of the post-job were, you can say, reserved for women. So in NREGA, one third or 33% jobs were reserved for women community. Then in this, after the registration, we can say registration of any of the labor, within the 15 days, he or she has to give the same 100 days work that was provided by the government. And if in any case 100 days work that was not provided, that means rest of the days, suppose he or she that was given the work of 80 days out of 100 days, and if government is not able to provide complete 100 days work, then 20 days that wages will be given to that particular person. So in this way, this was the first program started by the government, that was NREGA. Later on, this name was again changed. It was MNREGA, on the name of Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act of 2005. Then the second program that was started by the government, that was NFWP. NFWP means National Food for Work Program. So that was started in 2004. But again, when NREGA that was started in India, this system was, or this program was merged into NREGA itself. So initially, when it was launched in 2004, this was started in 150 backward districts, and in that people were given food grains in place of the cash. So that was the program, National Food for Work Program. Then next is PMRY. The next program, that was Prime Minister Rozgar Yojana. That was the another scheme started in 1993. The main aim of this program, that was to create self-employment opportunity for the educated and employed youth in rural areas. That was very important, that self-employment opportunities were created for the educated unemployed youth in rural areas and even in the small towns. So they are helped in the setting up of small business and industries in that way. So that was PMRY, Prime Minister Rozgar Yojana, that was started in 1993. Then another program that was REGP, that is Rural Employment Generation Program. This was launched in 1995. That again main aim of this program, that is to create self-employment opportunity in rural areas and small towns. Target for creating 25 lakhs of job. That was the program set up for or set up under that program of 10th 5-year plan. So this was the program started in the or under the 10th 5 years plan. So main target of that was to create 25 lakhs new job for the people in rural areas or in the villages and small towns. Then next program, that was Swarn Jayanti Gram Savrojgar Yojana. That was SGSY, Swarn Jayanti Gram Swarojgar Yojana. That was launched in 1999. So under this program, the main aim was that bringing the assisted poor people families or the poor families above the poverty line by organizing them into self-help groups through a mix of bank credit and government subsidies. So this was the Swarn Jayanti Gram Swarojgar Yojana, started in 1999. Then the next program, that was Pradhan Mantri Gramoday Yojana. So this was another program, Pradhan Mantri Gramoday Yojana, PMGY. So that program was launched in 2000 year. So some additional central assistance that is also given to states for basic services such as primary health, primary education, then rural shelter system, then rural drinking water and rural electrification. So another important scheme other than these type of scheme, that was Antodaya Anna Yojana. So Antodaya Anna Yojana, that we will see in the next chapter in detail. So with these type of different programs, no doubt there was a decline in the poverty at a large scale. Despite that, there are so many challenges. There are so many challenges still existing in India that we can discuss. See, poverty, no doubt, that was declined in India, but despite these type of programs, or there was a improvement in, you can say, poverty reduction, but still it is a again great challenge existed still in India. Why? Because in this program, whatever the programs that were started by the government, that were not properly implemented all the way in the different part of our country. Still, we can say that so many people are still under poverty line. So many people are not getting even primary education, although this primary education that has become totally free from the government. So many people, they are not able to get the good healthcare condition still in India. So if we say the official definition of poverty, however, this is captured only in a limited part what the poverty really means to people. It is about a minimum subsistence level of living rather than a reasonable level of living. Many scholars, they have advocated, many scholars, they have advocated that we must broaden the concept of the human poverty. large number of people that are still not able to feed themselves right now in India. But again, if we talk about the education, they are these people or the poor people are still not able to get a good education. They are hardly people are having shelter, and about the healthcare condition also, they are not having that much good healthcare condition. And for the job opportunity, if they are getting the job, there is no job security also, and in this way they are not having self confidence. Okay, so these are the different, you can say, challenges ahead in front of the government still in India. So this is all about this chapter, that is poverty as a challenge. So in this way, this chapter came to an end. So whatever the exercise part that is given at the back of this chapter, you can do in your pair notebooks. Any problem if you are facing, do ask, and the next chapter will start in the next class. By the time, bye bye for the day. Thank you. God bless you.